Tell me when we're live.
We are live.
All right, so we're live at the TCL booth, and I've got, so Derek's behind the camera. He's going to tell me if any comments come in that say that the sound isn't working or something like that. But I'm really hoping that our connection is good enough that we can give you a solid tour of the TCL booth. And what I'm going to do here, I'll tell you what I'm going to hit here today. We're going to talk about 8K TVs and maybe some other 4K TVs as well, but I'm interested in whether 8K is actually going to be a thing for all of us. And so we'll go talk about the 8K TVs, and if possible, I want to get one of the Roku reps to actually tell us about the mini LED technology, something like that.
Samuel Pagan says hi.
Hello, Samuel Pagan. I think it's Pagan. I don't know. Pagan? I like Pagan.
Evan says hi.
Anyway, I want to get somebody to tell us a little bit about it, but I'm hoping that we don't get a huge, long, sales spiel. We'll see what I can do. I'm going to try really hard to rein them in without being rude. So it's what we're all about here, right? So, all right, let's wander this way, Derek. I'm going to try to. We'll have to do a big rotation here. All right, so there is a ton of stuff at the TCL booth that we're probably not going to get to. A lot of smart home stuff. We'll wander past it so you can kind of see it, but a lot of what we're going to stop at is going to be the TVs, a little bit of smart home stuff, and then I'll also go check out the phones. We met up with Sherry from Whistle Out, which is another site that we really love for phone stuff. And so she's going to walk us through some of the phone announcements that we heard yesterday from TCL. We're going to get to see some of those and pick them up and touch them a little bit here at the booth. So let's go first talk about the 8K TVs. They start at big and they go to massive, and that's kind of the whole point of 8K TV technology, is that with 4K, we're used to that giving us really, really sharp picture. Up to a certain point, when you get up to 65 inches, 75 inches, 85 inches, then 4K does, believe it or not, start to lose some of its clarity because it's just a ton of space for a 4K resolution to try to cover. But that's the point of 8K. So this isn't going to be something that's really going to affect your 40-inch or your 55-inch TV or something. And this is for as TVs continue to grow. That's what 8K is going to do for us. So let's go look over here. And it's not just about 8K technology. That's your resolution, right? But it's not just about resolution. It's about the picture quality that they're able to give you. You may know about QLED TVs, and well, if you remember plasma TVs, the point of all these things was to give you the best color quality possible. And one of the ways you measure that is with blacks. How deep can you get your blacks, right? And it's really tough when all these TVs, they're not plasma anymore. That's a thing of the past at this point. And plasma was the only way you could get true blacks. And so how do you do that now? You do that with mini LEDs. So let me look around and see. I wonder if there is a rep around here. But maybe we'll just have to come back to that. So, mini LED. Oh, pardon me. Oh boy, it's crowded around here. Mini LED, if you look it up, it's essentially a way for them to, I believe, just what it says, scrunch everything down real far so that you can pack more LEDs into the same space. And then there is something about, I don't know, photons or Star Trek stuff that makes your blacks blacker and your brights brighter. Anyway, it's pretty cool, but I don't really understand it. But whatever it is, I just wanted to make my TVs look nicer. So let's start wandering over this way. We're going to kind of head around the edge. No, let's go this way. Oh wait, no, you know what? We should look at this. This is what CES is good for. CES is great for things that you will never ever need, at least not in the foreseeable future. But the cinema wall, 132 inches, believe it or not, that is not a projector. They built a giant 8K screen right here. So, 4K micro LED, 132 inches. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want one in my house. I'm just saying I don't need one in my house. I assume other people feel the same way as well. All right. Let's wander. Oh, sorry. And if you are commenting, I'm sorry. I'm not able to look right now. So I can't quite see it, but I want to start making our way over this way. Got some QLED TVs. Ooh, okay, I do want to show you this one. I did see this earlier, the super slim QLED TV. It looks like it's, what, 85 inches or so, maybe? Let's wander around the side here. And Derek, just kind of slowly go around the side so we can see how thin that is. And then go down to the bottom, Derek, and show the very bottom where usually there's a giant component space where they pack all those components in there. But they've slimmed that down as well. So you could really put this right up against your wall. There you go, yeah, that's nice. So we're able to see just how small that is. And this is one of those things, kind of like, who does the rollable TVs every year? What's the big booth? LG does the rollable TVs, right? This is the kind of thing, much like a rollable TV, where it's like, oh, this looks great. I think I'm really going to enjoy this in 10 years when it finally hits the market for people like me. So anyway, 85 inches. I saw somebody said that that's too much TV for me. I mean, I might kind of agree with you, but I don't know. It's hard for me to say no to that much TV if I could get it. All right. So let's go past. Oh, hey, there's Sherry. We're going to find her later.
I'll be around.
All right. Okay. So, if you watched the video that we put out last night, and I think you should, TCL's press conference was absolutely amazing. And one of the things that was so interesting about it is that here in the US, we are used to TCL being a TV brand. But TCL, it's a Chinese company. They do quite a lot more than TVs, especially in Asia. And so we haven't got all of this stuff on the US market yet, but it may hit the market soon, because part of the press conference yesterday was talking about how they are diversifying their offering for the US beyond just TVs. We're going to get to phones in a little while. Their phone announcement was amazing. But if we look through at some of the stuff that TCL is able to do, Derek, why don't you go ahead and just kind of peek through here. We have TVs, systems that are able to not just communicate with you, but to be kind of a hub for your whole home. So we got the, let's see, we got the sound bar underneath the TCL. We've got the whole shebang.
Funky things to your face.
I know, it's got the whole thing on there. But then, Derek, if you look to your right, there's they've got smart beds, and you hook the smart bed up to this TV hub, and it will tell you, it'll give you sleep reports in the morning. It'll, you can set it obviously to timers and, do voice commands and all of that stuff. So they've got a lot of that stuff just for the bedroom, and then we move over to the kitchen, and they have similarly screens everywhere. Are you kidding me? I'm cooking and I'm watching TV. I don't even have to turn my head anymore. And if you know anything about smart fridges and all this stuff, they do build in more than just watching TV while you're cooking. The idea here being that your smart fridge is going to know what's in it, what you need to order, when. It's going to help you through all of that stuff. This is, in my opinion, way beyond needs, and we're heading firmly into the area of wants, right? But I wouldn't mind something like this, honestly. I don't know.
Press anything on the
Sure.
screen there.
Oh, she's going to do her thing. Let's move past. All right. She showed me the, there was a smart, last year it was a smart scale. That's right, the smart bathroom scale. I bet they have one around here somewhere. And it told me that I was morbidly obese, which, look, I get it. I'm a little too chubby. That's fine. But it was highly shocking and enraging. Okay. So anyway, I guess my point with all of this is watch out for TCL in the future, because they are currently expanding beyond TVs, and they're going to get into home audio. They're going to get into personal audio with some headphones that they're releasing this year. And then the other thing was phones that we're going to go talk about here in just a moment. Sherry got stuck. Anyway, once we get past these initial offerings in 2020, who knows what TCL is going to start offering to the US market, because their name recognition is really good now, and their trust is really good as well. On their TV side, there's only one company that has better what am I trying to say, customer satisfaction or name brand satisfaction than TCL, and that's Sony. And if they beat them, it's only by just a little bit. So TCL is doing well, and I think they're well positioned to start offering some more of these things. Okay, let's wander towards the phones. Pardon me. Okay, let's see if we can pull Sherry over and have her show us some of the phone stuff. Oh my. Okay, we gotta make our way through all these people. This is, if you've never been to CES, this is what it's like. You can't walk more than a half mile an hour anywhere. All right. Oops. Okay, pardon me. All right, Sherry from Whistle Out, why don't you pop in here?
I'm sneaking my way into your live stream.
So I'm going to take this little mic off. We're going to kind of share the mic back and forth. Sherry, if I understand right, and you can, maybe you know the answer to this. Yeah, I'm sure you will. TCL has been making phones for a while, but for other companies, right?
Right, so they have lots of other brands under their parent label of TCL.
Okay, so right, we've got Alcatel here, BlackBerry over there. They're doing some BlackBerry phones. Believe it or not, BlackBerry is still a thing, people. So yeah, it's still a thing, and TCL is making them. So anyway, they have been making phones for a little while, but now finally this year they are marketing their own phones. And Derek, let's kind of walk over with Sherry to check out the actual TCL phones right up here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, let's go take a look. Yeah,
I'm taking over. I'm gonna give your voice a little break, Craig. Okay, so the exciting thing about TCL's new phones is that TCL's making them. It's not under a new brand. It's under their umbrella, and their new phones they announced are the 10 series, which is really cool. So kind of what they did, a basic overview, is they took the best parts of all the high-end phones, smashed it into a nice little package, and we get quad cameras, we get a Qualcomm processor, we get super Bluetooth, all for under $500. And the reason they're able to make their phones so cheap is they kind of took out some higher-end qualities, like you can't do touch to charge, and the IP rating might be a little bit lower, but the quality of the phone is still there with great cameras, quad camera, stuff like that. So that is pretty incredible. And some other things besides, I'll post for you.
That's a pretty damn good photo.
Yeah, it's a good camera. So this is not their new 5G phone. This is an older model that I think they released last year. So instead of quad cameras, this one only has 3 cameras. So not quite as powerful, but is still a pretty solid device in your hands right there.
So camera people will recognize, okay, fine, this is blurry because my hand was kind of shaking, but look at the depth of field that it's getting with a camera phone. Sherry's most flattering photo ever, right?
New profile photo.
And again, if you're just joining us, Sherry is from Whistle Out. Whistle Out is a site that has done phone stuff, reviews, and whatnot for quite a long time. They really know what they're talking about, and Sherry is just starting up their YouTube channel. And so I highly recommend, if you're interested in keeping track of the cell phone market, not just the devices, but the services as well, make sure you are subscribed to Whistle Out. They do a great job. All right. So that was one. Oh, you know what? One thing I wanted to show, Derek, if we can get real close on this one. This is the same phone as what we were just watching, or what we were just looking at. But look at the bezels on this thing. They are, especially up at the top, there's very little bevel. They use all the screen real estate that you can imagine. Just up there, the only cutout is for the camera up in the top left, which I imagine could be a turn-off for some people. But here, let me set that down for you. I wonder if we can get one of the other ones. This is the 10... Sherry, where'd Sherry go? We lost her. There's the 10L, and they don't have the 10 5G. They are going to put out a 5G phone, but they don't have that here today. So let's go see if this is the other one.
Because I know they said under 500, is it going to be like...
Okay, nope, they're not going to let me pick that. Oh, here we go. This is the one I'm after. Oh, no, this is Alcatel. Dang it. They have one that similarly to this Alcatel one, they only cut out the tiniest little slot up top for the camera. Everything else is screen. But the ones that they are marketing have the kind of wraparound screen with the curved edges, much like the Samsung's. It's a really, really sharp looking phone, and the camera looks great, so I'm excited for it. Like she said, they're doing it for starting at under $500 for these, which is incredible. So, all right, so maybe I can clip this back onto myself. The last thing that I'll show you right over here. Oh, I really did lose Sherry. She must have got pulled away by somebody. Last thing I want to show you is foldable phones. Now, you may have seen this coming, but TCL is doing quite a lot with it. This is something that they mentioned in the press conference is not going to be available in 2020. This is still concept stuff, concept designs. There are some that have technically hit the market, but honestly, this is one of those things where we're going to want to wait a few years for it to kind of coalesce into a decent technology that's going to be more usable than it is now. If we go over here, Derek, there's one that's absolutely nuts. Yeah, go around this one. Follow me here. And that one looks like a makeup kit or something. But this one right here is a Trifold phone. And so it's the size of a normal phone, and it does have on the back one active screen when it's all folded up. But when you open it all the way up, that is a full-size tablet. We are not messing around here with the size of this. It's absolutely incredible. Again, this is something that is in a concept stage, and so we're going to need to wait a few more years probably for it to be marketable and really usable by the masses and affordable by the masses, honestly. But I do love that they are kind of running with that concept. The foldable phones, you know what? I miss the clamshells, the flip phones. You remember when you'd be talking to somebody and you hang up and you slam the flip phone shut, and that's how you hung up on them? Like, that was oddly satisfying, and we can't do that with our smartphones now. You just have to press the button. So I'm looking forward to hanging up on people again. Anyway, that should do it for us. Let me know in the chat or in the comments, because I haven't been able to monitor the chat today. Let me know in the comments after this video is uploaded if you have any more questions about TCL products that we've looked at today, or anything else that you know of that we might have skipped over. We are going to be here today, tomorrow, and most of Thursday as well, and so I can get your questions answered. I do want to do one more video on TCL and see just anything that we might have missed. So hit those comments. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream around 11 o'clock, around the same time, 11:30 Pacific time. So hope to see you guys there. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time.